Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So it looks like I was mistaken yesterday, guys. Yesterday I thought we were going to come back down. In here, I thought we were actually going to bounce off of this former level of resistance, form that head and shoulders pattern. But guys, this is why the bull run is so exciting, and this is why we can never really 100% know what's going to happen next. We actually did make a higher high yesterday, guys. Bitcoin did break up past that high. It did not actually form a new bottom down here at around 73,800, which would have still been a solid bullish move. It did actually make a new high up here to $76,993 per coin. So for all intents and purposes, $77,000 per BTC. You can see it did calm down a little bit. We're hovering in and around 76,000. But, that is a brand new milestone. $76,000 for one Bitcoin. And guys, volume has cooled off a little bit. So yesterday afternoon, we were seeing that volume really pump. We did see a bit of a sell-off here. Now Bitcoin waiting for that next move to the upside. So this has now become invalidated. That head and shoulders pattern doesn't look like it's going to be made, but still very, very bullish for us. XRP right now on the hourly sitting in and around 55 cents. We actually did see XRP spike. Check this out, guys. Right up here, XRP even made it up very, very close to 58 cents per coin, 57.8, So right now it's sitting at 55. But again, this is just the beginning. Ali Charts here posting this. Over $2 billion in new USDT has been minted and injected into the crypto market in the last 48 hours, fueling fresh liquidity. So a bit of a controversial statement there, USDT. I know some people in the crypto community do think it is a fraudulent instrument to boost up and to bolster Bitcoin and Bitcoin liquidity. Well, you can see it up here, guys. It has been printed, and this is partially, I'm sure, why Bitcoin is revving up. So fresh liquidity coming into the market for Bitcoin. All positive news. Ali Charts here bringing this up as well. Bitcoin maintains support above 71,489. And he posted this last night around 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The next local top could be around 85,300 based on the MVRV deviation price bands. So Bitcoin, again, if we just go back to the Bitcoin chart here, way up above 71,000. 71 would be all the way back down in here. So what was that exact price that he mentioned there? 71,489 would be somewhere in and around there. We are moving way higher than that. Again, I have this zoomed in on the hourly. If I throw this on the daily, you guys can see it here. Breakout to the upside, significant day a couple of days ago, and even the last couple of days have been slowly moving to the upside with a little less volume. But he's saying even if we did make support in and around 71,400, and guys, that could still happen. The next top would be 85,360 based on the MVRV. So just another metric here, demonstrating MVRV extreme deviation pricing bands, giving you some more statistics on where Bitcoin could go next. Again, this is really getting into the nitty gritty of it all. I like to keep it simple, guys. Greed at 72. Market sentiment is number one, first and foremost. To project where we could go next based on these trends looking historically as well. We've got Bitcoin dominance at 58.59. So the altcoin market is seeing their fair share of money entering as well. Market cap is up by 4.32%. We've got volume trailing a little bit, but Ethereum now catching up. Yesterday, Ethereum was, I think, taking a bit of a breather. Now it's up 4.10%. Solana, guys, is continuing to pump 9.19%. XRP is still up a half a percentage point. Cardano is surprising some people right now, 17.2% up for Cardano. Avalanche is up too. Most of the altcoins are generally doing fairly well right now. Look at that. Chronos coin up 29.4%. Some people have been messaging me in my personal life, people who I got into crypto personally, friends of mine. And I know whenever I hear from these people, the market is rocking because, they're 99% of the time, they're just kind of sitting back, just kind of waiting. And, when the market starts pumping, this is when I get text messages from them. And so I told one of my friends, with the euphoria phase, you're going to start to see 20+% to the upside day in, day out for about 2 to 3 weeks, maybe longer than that. That's when you have hit that euphoria phase. And that's when we get ready to cash out. Guys, for more information on what I'm doing, you can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel, where I'm opening up my portfolio, letting you guys in on the $15,000 plus altcoin portfolio that I'm trading, looking to pinpoint that market, only $5 a month, and you will be grandfathered in because I will be raising prices, guys, in the future. But if you get in now at that $5 price mark, you will be grandfathered in at that $5 price mark. And really, this is the most exciting time in crypto. The euphoria phase just beginning, capping off Q4 2024. Even Anthony Pompliano making the rounds. He's been making the rounds over the last year or so. He made an appearance on Fox Business. Listen to this.
The volatility on this thing is way too high for anybody to call that a savings account. I mean, you may like it, but I think that's a bridge too far right now, isn't it?
Over the last 30 years, the U.S. dollar has lost 50% of its purchasing power. So in my lifetime, $1 now buys you 50% or 50 cents of service and goods. And so when you think about that, the most volatile asset that most people hold is the dollar, and they're on the wrong side of volatility. Bitcoin, on the other hand, over a long period of time, appreciates. And so the best statistic to look at this is in 2016, the average median home was about $380,000. I'm sorry, $280,000. Today, it's over $400,000.
Right.
So 50% increase in the average home in America. During that same 8-year period, it used to cost 664 Bitcoin to buy that home. Today, it costs 6 Bitcoin. It has been a 99% reduction in the cost of a home in America if you held Bitcoin. And so another way to think about that is if you had about $5,000 of Bitcoin in 2016, today it could buy you a house.
The math is just the math. There's no two ways about it here. Anthony Pompliano destroys Fox host, who says Bitcoin is way too volatile to be used as a savings account. I don't know if he so much destroyed him as he did just point out the obvious factors involved here when it comes to inflation and deflation. Nevertheless, a good sample of, we're going to probably start to see more clips like this in the coming months as we start to see crypto continue to rock and roll. We've been getting some more Donald Trump news. Trump's return will benefit gold and Bitcoin. And guys, this is coming from JP Morgan. So JP Morgan is basically bullish on Trump, but bullish on gold and bullish on Bitcoin. The surge in Bitcoin to an all-time peak of 76,000 on Wednesday after the Associated Press revealed the vote counts. Moreover, the crypto asset has also shown an increase of 19% in the past 30 days as per CoinMarketCap. But take a look down here, guys. JP Morgan analyst asserted that Trump's massive victory was beneficial for the crypto industry and the stock market. According to the analyst, the pump in both sectors will likely continue under his presidency, with both assets experiencing growth amid the geopolitical tensions surrounding the US dollar. JP Morgan's analyst, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name, stated that the analyst predicted a spike in Bitcoin and gold prices with what they termed as the depreciation trading strategy. The analyst reports revealed that while gold had dipped 0.8% post-Trump election, Bitcoin had gained 10% in the last 2 days, including reaching an all-time high, and we've obviously noticed that ourselves. And here's a quote, guys. "We do not see the initial negative market reaction as by gold as a rejection of the debasement trade under a Trump win, but we are bullish about Bitcoin." The JPM report also indicated that a central bank's activities would drive gold prices, or rather central banks' activities would drive gold prices in 2025. The Wall Street firm Geopolitical issues and tariffs could prompt China's central bank to embark on accumulating gold reserves despite taking a break from buying gold back in April. So a lot of factors at play here. Of course, gold is going to be bullish for other reasons. Generally speaking, gold isn't bullish when the stock market is bullish. But, in this particular case, because there's going to be a debasement right now, we've seen a minor dip for gold. But because we're going through a financial reframing, gold obviously taking center stage. We've heard about it through, the BRICS nations. One of those BRICS nations happens to be Russia. And guys, because of this seismic shift, we are seeing and hearing things that we may not have heard had Kamala Harris been elected as president. Shadow of Ezra pointing this out, Vladimir Putin declared the death of this thing, yes, just 2 days after the election results and a day after Elon Musk's cryptic Novos Ordo Seclorum tweet. The global order is dead, he says.
To a certain extent, the moment of truth is coming. The previous world order is irreversibly becoming a thing of the past. One could say has become a thing of the past, and the shaping of the new world order is become the scene of uncompromising fight. Uncompromising, first and foremost, for the reason that it's not even the battle for power or geopolitical influence. It's a clash of the very principles that would be the foundation between the relation, for the relation of the countries at the next historical stage. And its outcome will define whether all of us jointly can build a world that would allow everyone to develop and to solve the outstanding contradictions based on mutual respect of cultures and civilization without coercion and use of force.
Putin did say that it's going to be this thing here. It's going to be a thing of the past. The moment of truth is approaching, and he backs Donald Trump's foreign policy, emphasizing a stance that avoids the use of force. So guys, a very, very different turn of events here, looking at the global stage. Big statements also from JP Morgan on blockchain as we head into 2025. This one courtesy of Smoke. I guess I should say wanted to thank Shadow of Ezra, of course, Bold Bitcoin and Ali Charts, just for posting those last tweets. But Smoke posting this, he's bullish on digital assets into 2025. JP Morgan's advice on ISO 20022. Don't wait until 2025. We're investing in ISO 20022. And I'm assuming they mean right now. So guys, we are just starting in terms of utility coins. I wish there was a chart here that could demonstrate the trajectory of all the utility coins versus the rest of the crypto market. I'm sure you could create one. Or maybe there already is one. Somebody tell me down in the comments if you know of such a chart here on CoinMarketCap. But right now, guys, yes, we've seen a bit of bullish momentum for the altcoin market, excluding Ethereum. But there's still a long ways to go. And the utility coins, I mean, if we do see the utility breakout in 2025, with ISO 20022 and other protocols of the like, maybe we will, in fact, see a utility coin burst come the end of 2025. Smoke is also saying, and these are quotes from this JP Morgan report, by the way, in 2024, big banks like JP Morgan are tapping into blockchain's potential to enhance business operations and money transfers. So you can see it here from JP Morgan. We are bullish on digital assets into 2025. This report was just from last month, October 2024. They're saying here at JP Morgan, we will be live on day one. Our advice in a nutshell, don't wait until 2025. So, essentially giving, I guess maybe their colleagues the impetus to start integrating and possibly investing in those cryptocurrencies that are really going to show us how valuable they are in the coming years. In 2024, banks are turning to blockchain for a security upgrade. Financial firms and banks are adopting blockchain technology as a strategic move towards enhanced innovation, efficiency, and security. Blockchain acts as a decentralized guardian, eliminating weak spots that hackers target. Big banks like JP Morgan, HSBC, and Goldman Sachs are tapping into blockchain's potential to enhance business operations and money transfers. And then down here it says the crypto banking industry is on the cusp of a major transformation in 2024. Well, 2024 is almost over, and 2025 is just around the corner. So JP Morgan sounding like they're very bullish moving into 2025. I could see why now, especially, with a new president at the helm. I don't know. Maybe they, I mean, there were deadlines for ISO 20022 to begin with. So maybe they were always thinking about this, but, Trump administration, I think, is going to accelerate this faster. Brad Garlinghouse coming out, also being very vocal on Twitter over the last day or so. If you needed even clear evidence that the crypto voter is alive and well, here is the data. I hope the Dems find a way to hold Gary Gensler accountable for ignoring the law. He was retweeting out Meta Lawman's tweet here. And so just to recap, I want to get back to the John Deaton loss because it was a bit of an upset. I mean, I guess quite a big upset for the crypto community. But Meta Lawman here bringing up some statistics that might surprise you. So Massachusetts Senate race, Warren did win by 19.2%. Warren got 59.6% of the vote, and Deaton got 40.4%. The presidential race, though, in Massachusetts, Harris won by 24.8%. So Harris got 61.3% and Trump got 36.5%. So guys, you know what that means? John Deaton, outperformed Trump by 4%. So over 100,000 non-Trump voters cast their ballots for John Deaton. He gives us some more statistics down here. I'm not going to go over all of them, but I will link this in the description of the video for you guys. Just let's put that into perspective, okay? There were so many people in Massachusetts, obviously, that were sick of Elizabeth Warren. Unfortunately, she still won. But guys, The reign of terror, I think, is coming to a close. I think maybe very, very soon. Check out my latest update. If Ueda becomes acting chair or even permanent chair, we can likely expect this. So, coming from Eleanor Turret here from Fox Business, Republican SEC Commissioner Mark Ueda wants to help President-elect Donald Trump fulfill his promise of ending the Biden administration's so-called war on crypto. Ueda, who has served on the commission since 2022, would likely become acting chair when Trump takes new reins in January. So, this is brand new news coming from Eleanor Turret. The Commissioner's Office, Commissioner's war on crypto must end, including crypto enforcement actions solely based on a failure to register with no allegations of fraud or harm. President Trump and the American electorate have sent a clear message. Starting in 2025, the SEC's role is to carry out that mandate. Ueda's statements echoed Trump's campaign's promise of ending the Biden administration's war on crypto under the current administrator, Gary Gensler, who has brought more than 100 enforcement actions. Yes, 100 enforcement actions against the industry over the last 3 years. And the crypto community is sick and tired of this. Fred Rispoli did come out with his opinions. XRP communities, my thoughts on how Donald Trump wins charges, Ripple appeal timeline. It's good news, and he's looking at a pure crypto perspective here. Okay, so he says, we know Trump is aware of the case from the X post by Stuart Alderati. We know there are about to be extreme changes at the SEC, but probably not in effect until March or April. While I think it's unrealistic to expect the case to flat out be dismissed, this goes for any already filed cases. We can finally talk about a settlement. So, a new settlement potentially on the table with a new administration in the office. So settlement being very realistic, a very realistic possibility, and there are two scenarios I'm thinking. One, current SEC regime realizes that where the Ripple case stands right now, institutional sales are illegal, so a $125 million fine is the best it is going to get and still hurt crypto industry, so get it in before the new leadership hammer drops. And two, new SEC regime, so in spring 2025, recognizes this whole case was idiotic and settles at that point for less than the SEC has now. This might include a reduction in the fine and an agreement that current sales of XRP by Ripple are sufficiently structured to not be investment contracts. So he says, the bottom line, I no longer think we will be waiting until 2026 for this crap show to be over. Well, that's sounding very positive to me. Jeremy Hogan also came out after listening to John Reed Stark here in this X Spaces. I'm going to play you guys this clip, and then we're going to talk about what Jeremy Hogan thinks. Listen to this.
Now the enforcement director says this time, okay, tell me what's in litigation. So you sit down at all the active litigations. Now what do you do? What do you do about a case that the SEC has filed, like one against Coinbase that's been very aggressively defended, and you're the director and you no longer share the view that they're acting as an unlawful broker dealer or an unlawful clearing firm, an unlawful exchange that they're failing to register. In fact, you think, hey, the law's not clear enough. I don't want to bring these cases anymore. And you're enforcement director. Well, there's a bunch of options. You can tell the head of litigation, there's a head of litigation that works for you when you become enforcement director. And chances are, again, that if this person's head of litigation, there's someone that you want as head of litigation. Maybe they're the civil servant who's been there forever and they haven't left. And you start to make their lives miserable because you call them every day and you say, I want you to do this, this, and this, and they stop doing it. You put them on a performance improvement plan. Things can go really south if the head of litigation stops doing what the enforcement director wants them to do. So the enforcement director might sit down with the head of litigation and say, hey, I want you to dismiss all of these cases. Or try to work out a settlement and finish them. I don't believe in these cases anymore. And at that point, whoever the litigators are that are working the case might say they object to that, but the enforcement director says, this is what I want you to do. And you need to go to the commission for permission. And so you go to the commissioners, just like I said before, with an action memorandum that says, we want to dismiss these 5 cases and we want to settle these other 10 for this. And you get in front of those 5 commissioners, the new chair, the 2 Republican appointees, Mark Ueda and Hester Peirce, and the 2 Democratic ones.
So essentially, there's a new sheriff in town, or at least taking that theory to practice here. So Jeremy Hogan says this is what he thinks is going to happen. Well, I wasn't sure about the nuts and bolts of it all, so I listened to this Great Spaces by John Reed Stark today, and the most likely scenario is this. So Gensler steps down before January the 20th. The new head or the interim head sends out marching orders that all non-fraud crypto cases need to be disposed of. The litigation team looks to each case and recommends to either settle or dismiss each and brings their recommendations to the commissioners, who then vote yay or nay. There will now be 3 Republicans appointed, so it will be a yay. My thoughts on specific actions, like the Ripple case or any other case with a ruling, will be settled for the judgment amount of $125 million. So he thinks it's going to stay at $125 million, and that it would be awkward if they settled for less when the court already ordered them that. The Coinbase and the other cases in litigation will simply be dismissed, though. This will take some time, so not by January, but perhaps before the summer. So kind of in line with what Fred Rispoli was saying here, spring of 2025. Jeremy Hogan thinks it's going to happen before the summer. And guys, obviously that would mean clarity, official clarity for XRP with no lawsuit looming overhead. And did you know that BitBoy Crypto apparently was shilling XRP to Donald Trump Jr.? It was awesome to explain XRP and represent the XRP army to Donald J. Trump Jr. Off camera, I also discussed that I believe that the singular act of going Bitcoin would win the election for his dad. I shilled this idea to him because I knew this could change things for the country. And guys, Crypto Insight UK did repost Riz's tweet here with this clip. Yeah, BitBoy was shilling XRP to Donald J. Trump Jr. the other day.
We also got coins like XRP that are working to change the banking system. XRP is a coin that, what they're trying to do is make it to where they can do international cross-border payments much faster. So Bitcoin and XRP are both what we know as networks of value. So SWIFT system that runs the banking system right now, the international transfers, cross-border payments, it's a network of information. So when something is happening on the SWIFT system, somebody's got to come in on the back end and do all the work.
Yeah.
Well,
so if you're dealing with time differences and everything else,
100%.
like you would in an international transaction, that creates the headache.
Well, it creates
or the time lag, really.
Well, it's 5 to 7 days is how long it takes for these things to actually settle. With XRP, it settles in 30 seconds because it's a network of value.
So let the shilling commence, guys. XRP now being reintroduced to the Trump administration through BitBoy to Donald J. Trump Jr., and the scene is getting set for XRP, full XRP clarity without any kind of lawsuit looming overhead by spring of 2025. Now, it looks like the lawyers in the community have changed their mind. We're no longer waiting for 2026, guys, but that's just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think, and if you're interested in what I'm trading, follow me, patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. That's where I'm opening up my portfolio to all my Patreon subscribers, so you can find me there. And you should, if you haven't already, subscribe to this YouTube channel. It really does help me with the algorithm. Please like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.